So last year we saw Jimmy Butler take a giant leap forward with the Bulls while Derrick Rose was out. So, Kenny, who's the number one guy on that team right now?
Number one option, that's tough because Rose was injured before he was the MVP. So, obviously he put the team on his shoulders. So you would think if he can get close to that form, Derrick Rose is the number one option.
Butler was a second-best player last year, averaging 20.6 rebounds as a shooting guard. I think if they could play together like all the great 1-2 punches, they'll be very dangerous.
Gasol might be the number one option. Who knows?
Excellent point. We get it down to Kevin Harlan as tip-off approaches.
Let's be told, Brooklyn Nets. At the shooting guard position, 6 feet 4 inches, number 6, Sean Kilpatrick. At the small forward position, standing 6'8", number 44. Bojan Bogdanovic. The other guard, at 6 foot 3 inches, number 2, Jarrett Jack. The other forward position, standing 6 foot 8, number 30, Thaddeus Young. A 7-foot center from Stanford, number 11, Brook Lopez. The head coach of your home team. Ladies and gentlemen, your Brooklyn Nets.
Welcome aboard, everybody. This is Wednesday Night Basketball of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan, joined by my colleagues Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. The Nets will look to their home court advantage, just one game here in Brooklyn. And going against Chicago, their first meeting of the season. They were dominated last year, not a good matchup for them, going 1-3 in the season series.
And this, the first of 3 games these two teams will play against one another this season.
Yeah, these are two rival teams that will see each other a fair amount this season. We'll see which team can tip it off with a win.
Let's check out Chicago's starting lineup. Rose is the 1 with Butler as the 2. Gibson is the 4 with Gasol at the 5, and it's Dunleavy in at the 3 slot. Now here's Gibson. Low block shot on the way. That one rolling around and rims out.
Brook Lopez, guys, started the season as the starting center for the Nets last year, but it didn't end up that way.
Lopez sets a screen for Jack. Young, right side, from 13, and Gibson sends it back. Down low, here's Butler. The shot no good. Jack with the defensive effort. Young outside. Trying to find Jack. He's got it now. Gets the 14-footer to fall. Jack's got the first basket of the game for the Nets.
I don't know. Maybe they're still working out the kinks on D because that clearly was a breakdown.
Rose kicks to Dunleavy. Out to the right wing. Gibson dishes to Rose. Takes a 3. Shot clock at 5. Here's Gasol. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time.
He almost pulled the trigger on that possession, but recognized that there was a better option. That's what we mean by playing for your teammates.
Now here is Jack. Lopez a screen. Pass to Kilpatrick. Back to Jack. Takes it from 10. Here's Young. Makes it off the glass.
The defense just gets caught standing around that time and giving up the second chance opportunity.
You know, that just can't happen. They need much more effort than that on the glass.
Inside, Gasol. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
Well, Merry Christmas. I mean, that was a freebie.
For Brooklyn, they've gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Down low, Gibson with the steal. Here's Dunleavy. The pass to Gibson. Butler in the corner. Chance there to take the lead. Missing. Here's Bogdanovich. Sinks the triple.
There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter.
Bulls trail by 3. Now the dish to Dunleavy. Rose up on top. To the middle. Parked down low that time, and he got the 3-second call.
And checking out the numbers for Lopez. Good season for him last year. 11th in blocks and a great touch around the rim. Top 15 in field goal percentage.
And, you know, anytime you take it inside against him, you know it may be coming back the other way.
Now here is Jack. The 11-footer. Jimmy Butler with the rebound. First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. Here's Dunleavy, defended by Jack. On its way from Rose for 2. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
Derrick Rose possesses a great skill set. Ball handling, passing, an understanding of how to score. First rookie to ever win the All-Star Weekend Skills Challenge.
First one falls for him. Getting back to Rose, it's his extraordinary handle that allows him to get anywhere on the floor. Such confidence in the way he dribbles and drives, whether it's getting up in a position to set up a teammate, take it himself. He's the one very best at controlling that ball.
It's a great point. I mean, guys like D. Rose, Chris Paul, Steph Curry, Kyrie, they all have maximized that skill. I mean, the thing that separates him and puts him in that Russell Westbrook category is the pure physical strength. When healthy, he's able to play with.
Now here is Jack. Feeds it to Bogdanovich. Can't convert after the good screen.
Awesome defense. I mean, he'll hit those unless you're right in his grill.
All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
I had a chance to talk with the head coach for Brooklyn. I asked him what he'd most like to see from his team today, and he told me we'd really like to keep Pau Gasol under wraps in this one. He went on to explain that Gasol can take over games with his efficiency on the offensive end, and the key to their win will be getting a hand in his face every time. Guys?
Always great to hear from you, Doris. Here's Bogdanovich after Pau Gasol's bucket. Teardrop shot. A nice shot by Bogdanovich. Bogdanovich has got his second basket of the night.
And it's all about the release when you shoot the float.
Rose kicks to Dunleavy. Gibson against Young. Outside Butler. Passes it to Rose. Pocket 6. Over to the left wing. 14 feet away. And there's Gasol. That's good on the assist by Dunleavy. And it's 8 points for Pau Gasol.
And that keeps him perfect from the field this quarter.
Jack against Rose. Young, a screen on Rose. Jack passes to Young. Wide open. Cannot hit. Now Chicago takes it the other way. Tough loss coming against Cleveland in their last game played.
Guys, it was like there was a lid on the basket in that game. No matter how many plays you make at the defensive end, hard to overcome such a lack of production offensively.
Well, you know, the high-quality shots were few and far between for them, guys. And they have nobody to blame but themselves for that. You've got to do a better job of working harder to put up points. There is no way a player like him can be left wide open like that. Did you pay attention to the scouting report?
And the first time out of the game called for Chicago.
And really, the Bulls weathered a lot of injuries last season and still had a good showing in the East. Came away with the 3 seed when many thought they would sink down after missing so many games from key players.
And the Bulls did end up with the 3rd seed in the East. 33 of their 50 wins last year, Clark, coming in the Eastern Conference.
But it wasn't an even distribution of those wins for the Bulls. Against their own division in the Southeast, they played .500 basketball. They got their good in-conference record from feasting on the Atlantic teams, taking 16 wins in 18 games against that division.
Now here's Rose. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. And again, Chicago. No good. Hollis Jefferson passes to Lopez. Here's Sloan. To the paint. Takes it from 10. Another one falls for Brooklyn.
Room service delivery right there, fellas. Wonderful entry feed.
Bulls trail by 5. Rose kicks to McDermott. Back to Rose. Pass to McDermott. The feed now to Butler. Mirotic dishes to Noah. Here's Butler. Good, and a nice assist from Noah. Butler's got his first points of the game.
They are really doing a nice job establishing a presence inside early.
And watch, Clark, how the game plays out, because this is going to open things up on the perimeter.
Here's Hollis Jefferson. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Sloan's shot is off.
Hey, they got the shot they wanted off of that pick, but it just doesn't fall.
Yeah, it didn't go down, but you'll take that shot every single time, Greg. That's good offense.
Takes the 3. A nice shot by Bogdanovic. Bogdanovic has got 11 points.
That's far too good a look to give them from behind the arc.
3 of their last 5 makes come from beyond the arc. The defense has to react quicker.
Now here is Mirotic. And it's a defensive 3-second violation. Hey guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Nets?
Boy, the three-point shot has really been dropping for them early on.
And also another aspect of their game that's been super so far tonight is how they've been sharing the basketball.
And the Nets making a change here. Sims is checked in. The Bulls also changing it up. Ejuan Moore, he's checked in for Jimmy Butler. And it's Brooks in for Derrick Rose. Noah kicks to Mirotic. From deep. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow.
You know what, guys? He can really light it up from the perimeter at times.
Here's Sloan. There's a screen by Robinson. Sloan, that's good. And the Nets lead by 5.
Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
Well, took on the big guys going in there and challenging them like he did. But, boy, that was a nice job.
It's almost as if both teams are in a zone.
Well, offensively at least, partner. I mean, neither team's done jack diddly on D.
And Mirotic sends it back. And he recovers it. Dishes to Sloan. The 3. And the Nets, another 3.
A wide open 3. They need much better communication defensively.
Brooks kicks to Mirotic. Back to Brooks. And it's Sloan with the rebound.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backcourt.
And a trend they'd love to continue right through the next 3 quarters as well, Greg.
After the Nets' big moves the past couple years, they were looked at as an older team, but you break it down, and you know, Greg, they're not as old as you think.
And actually have the 5th youngest team of anyone in the postseason. And so, though they seem older just because so many of their players had playoff experience or came into the league at a young age.
Portis, he's checked in for Doug McDermott. Sloan hits them both.
And, you know, for the Nets, the roster's average age was about 2 years younger at the end of the 2015 season than where they were at the end of 2014. They made a point to get younger.
Brooklyn with the rebound.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Here's Bogdanovic. There's the basket and make it a double-digit lead. Bogdanovich has got 14.
And even though the Nets were younger last season, they were tough in tight games, playing really like a bunch of veterans, and went 10-2 on the year in games decided by 3 or fewer points.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Sims, the pass to Sloan. He kicks it to Robinson. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one they want.
For 3.
And we reach the end of the first quarter. Nets lead by 9. Let's take a quick break now, and then it's on to the second quarter after this. And Pau Gasol, after some great years and some difficult years, talks about now his newfound excitement playing with the Chicago Bulls.
I mean, I think it's been noticeable just because this has been my decision, too. And I want to make it good, great, actually. Not good, but great.
I think you'd have to say that Gasol's decision to go to Chicago, Clark, was great. He clearly gave it a lot of thought. It's hard to imagine him having made a better pick.
You know, I agree. Not only is he happy, but so are his teammates. Ask Rose and Noah and Butler. Those guys love playing with him, and you can see how the change of scenery rejuvenated the big Spaniard, too.
And we welcome you back. Glad to have you with us as more basketball is on the way. During the break, the players getting refueled with Gatorade. They're looking amped up and ready to get going once again. And looking at what we've seen so far from the Nets, what do you guys think?
It's just been a long-range battle for them, and one that they're winning right now.
Yeah, sharp shooting from deep, a big part of why they're up.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. So for Brooklyn now, Young is out there with Henry Sims. Then it's Jarrett Jack, and it's Kilpatrick in at the 2 spot. It's the Nets now. Jimmy Butler unable to get his last shot to go. From the wing, and he gets it to go. Kilpatrick's got the opening basket here in the second quarter for the Nets.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
Jack with it, guarded now by Aaron Brooks. The shot by Sims, no good.
You know what? You just cannot get much better of a look than that one.
Exactly. I mean, no way you expect him to miss that shot.
Brooks. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Brooks has got his second bucket of the night.
Really aggressive play there, taking it to the rack against the big fella.
You know, Greg, aggressiveness is really the only option when you're on the wrong side of the size equation.
And out of bounds as Chicago gains possession.
And guys, looking at Jarrett Jack, one word comes to mind: professional. I mean, he's as solid as they come. Tough, capable, experienced, and he proved it all again last season.
And Brooklyn making a change here. Lopez is checked in. Taj Gibson's checked in for Chicago. Rose comes in for Aaron Brooks.
He didn't get to that one quite in time, Kevin. Those can be tough to gauge sometimes.
Young against Rose. He feeds it to Dunleavy. He dishes it to Butler. Kicks to Gibson. Looking for Gasol. He gets it there. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
That's his first personal foul.
Talking about Jarrett Jack, he is especially dangerous at the end of the game. Not only does he make great decisions, Clark, he was a top 10 free throw shooter last season.
Yeah, experienced, tough-minded ball handlers and shot makers are always valuable, especially when it's winning time. Boy, I tell you what, he does not look like your typical big man up there at the line. He has an excellent stroke, and a percentage to match.
Good.
And the interior D is really starting to be exposed here. How many layups have they gotten today?
Bulls made the postseason for the 10th time in their last 11 seasons. Last year, they have become a fixture, Greg, in the playoffs in the East.
And how about last season, Kevin, had that interdivision matchup in their first round against the up-and-coming Bucks. Some hiccups form in that series, but they were able to prevail.
Here's Rose following the basket by Brook Lopez. Butler dishes to Gasol. That misses off the backboard.
Boy, in that playoff series against the Bucks, the Bulls looked like they were primed for an upset as they started slowly. Eventually pulled it together and came in as the underdogs against the Cavs.
Rose against Jackson. Pass to Gasol. Can't get it to go. And Brooklyn will come the other way.
And the Cavs knocked out the Bulls in 6 games. Bulls went up 2-1 in the series, but didn't have an answer for LeBron. Strong effort from the Bulls, though, but they just couldn't match the firepower of the Cavs.
And Lopez gets it to go.
And that's going to increase